Welcome to this special presentation brought to you by Pawan Thakur and Thakur Property Consultancy. Have you ever stared down a goal that felt completely out of reach? A project, a career move, or a life change so massive that your brain immediately tells you it is physically and mentally impossible to pull off? We all face these moments. Thousands of years ago, a figure faced a challenge of exactly that scale. Lord Hanuman was tasked with a staggering mission: leap across an entire ocean, infiltrate an impregnable enemy fortress, locate Mother Sita, and return with concrete proof of life. While often read as a story of faith, the Sunder Kand functions as a detailed, step-by-step manual on strategy, problem-solving, and managing resources. Reaching an impossible destination doesn't happen by accident, and it doesn't happen through sheer force alone. It requires a specific mindset and a sequence of calculated moves. These are the exact tactics laid out in Hanuman's journey. The first phase of the journey begins mid-flight over the ocean. What is fascinating here is that the initial obstacles Hanuman encounters are designed to test his character and focus, rather than his physical strength. We can see this clearly in the top left section of this infographic. Notice the smiling mountain emerging from the water. This is Mainak, which rises to offer Hanuman a comfortable place to rest. It represents the lure of the comfort zone when we are pursuing a difficult path. Hanuman's response demonstrates how to protect your momentum. He doesn't aggressively reject the mountain, nor does he give in to the temptation. He respectfully touches Mainak to acknowledge the kind offer, and immediately continues his flight. He prioritizes his core mission over temporary comfort. Moving down the image, we see the next challenge, the serpent mother, Sarasa. She tests his ego by attempting to force Hanuman into a battle of sheer size and dominance. Look at how Hanuman solves this. Instead of trying to grow larger and outmuscle her, he uses extreme adaptability. He shrinks down to the size of a mosquito, darting into her mouth and safely flying right back out before she can react. He proves a vital point. You don't have to overpower every rival to win. Sometimes humility and quick thinking are far more effective than brute force. When we take on a massive project, the external difficulties are rarely what stop us. We are usually derailed by internal threats, the temptation to settle for comfort, or getting dragged into unnecessary ego battles. After crossing the ocean, the setting shifts. Hanuman successfully enters the city of Lanka. He is now completely isolated inside a hostile, heavily fortified enemy system. Finding one person in a massive, toxic city seems highly improbable. But as this diagram illustrates, Hanuman spots a single glowing green plant in the darkness. It marks the home of a virtuous man living among the enemy. To approach safely, Hanuman assumes a humble, approachable form. This illustrates the importance of seeking out mentors or peers who share your values, even in the most difficult environments. This ally becomes his crucial source of intelligence, revealing exactly where his target is being held. Once the initial contact is made, Hanuman's objective changes. Look at this timeline graphic showing a sharp red spike. This visualizes his deliberate shift in strategy. He transitions from a quiet messenger to a destructive warrior, clearing the royal garden to gauge the enemy's strength and force a meeting. This leads to one of his most brilliant tactical moves, strategic surrender. When the enemy unleashes their ultimate, most powerful weapon, Hanuman willingly allows himself to be bound and captured. He accepts a temporary loss for a specific reason. Being taken prisoner is the only guaranteed way to secure a face-to-face audience with the top decision-maker. Navigating hostile territory requires a flexible approach. You have to find the right allies to guide you, and you must be willing to absorb a calculated short-term loss to gain the ultimate strategic advantage. Inside the court, the enemy king's arrogance blinds him. To punish and humiliate the captive, he orders his guards to set Hanuman's tail on fire. As this illustration at the bottom of the page shows, Hanuman immediately executes a tactical pivot. He breaks his bonds, expands his size, and uses the very fire intended to punish him to jump from roof to roof, incinerating the city. Before departing, he secures a piece of jewelry from Mother Sita. He leaps back across the ocean to Lord Ram, presenting this token as undeniable, tangible proof that his mission was a success. The impossible mission is complete. Hanuman combined physical prowess with total psychological dominance, leaving the enemy's fortress in ruins while securing exactly what he came for. Success is earned when you learn to weaponize the setbacks, when you can take the exact obstacles meant to stop you and use them as the fuel for your own victory. The ultimate lesson in escalating tactics comes shortly after, when Lord Ram himself must find a way to move his army across that same ocean. Look at this top panel showing the flaming bow aimed at the waves. Ram approaches the problem in 3 distinct steps. First, he sits on the shore for 3 days, politely requesting the ocean to part, showing perfect humility. When the ocean ignores him, he shifts to strength, drawing his bow to show he has the power to clear the path by force. Finally, as we see in this flowchart, once the ocean yields, Ram employs his third tactic, delegation. He respects the situation's requirements and identifies the unique technical talents of 2 specialists in his ranks to build a bridge across the water. No ocean is too wide, and no target is out of reach if you apply these principles. It takes devotion to your cause, extreme adaptability, and the quiet wisdom to know exactly when to negotiate and when to fight. These ancient stories provide the blueprints for outmaneuvering the ego and aligning a team toward a single goal. They are the same strategies used today to overcome any impossible barrier in business or life. Thank you for watching this presentation, collected and created by Pawan Thakur at Thakur Property Consultancy.